Are we live? We're live.
Are we?
Yes. Right, Gordon, we're live. Where are we? Where are we, Gordon?
We're in Brodick.
Gordon the Gopher. Oh, and Dave the Rave, roving the rock.
The wee cow car park.
That's where I am.
The kind of well-known regular meeting place. The wee cow car
This
park.
is our most regular place, isn't it? This is where all the cool dudes go. When there used to be cool dudes. You know, when there was songs in the hit parade and things were cool.
And it gives you plenty of options, doesn't it? The wee cow car park gives you
It
plenty
does.
of options.
As far as running
Probably,
goes,
yeah, if running goes.
we've got a lot of
Loads
places
of
we can
options.
go. This is like the most central place. It's in between where you live in Sannox and where I live in Whiten Bay, right in the middle. So it's convenient. You can go to like the co-op and stuff like that if you come
Which I
through
have.
here, right? And also we can go all sorts of different directions from here. We can go to Corrigills. We can go up the trail
Castle, yeah.
to the top of Lamlash Hill.
Yeah.
We can go round the Auchrannie trails in Glencloy. We can go
Glenrosa, Merkland,
Merkland,
Yeah,
up Goat Fell,
up Goat Fell if we wished.
to the castle, round the castle grounds, all sorts of places. There's a lot of, this is the most choices, isn't it? It's the best
Probably.
place. Although we've done it an awful lot of times, that's the only thing about that.
Yeah.
In fact, what I'll do, I'll just actually point the Kodia phone where we are. And that is we are looking at Goat Fell and Brodick Castle and Brodick Beach on a decent day, which is the same as every other day we've had lately. And that is dry and windless mostly, and really ideal for running, isn't it?
Yeah,
We've been lucky.
it's chilly though.
It's chilly, but
Yeah.
we're fine as soon as we start going.
Yep.
That's the thing. In fact, I'll shut the window if I can work out how to do that.
So they can upgrade that play park. Did you read about it?
No, I haven't read about it.
No.
Do you know I've been on holiday for a week? I haven't even, I worked it out this morning, I haven't put the telly on the entire week I've been on holiday. Isn't that incredible? It hasn't been on. Somebody was asking, do you know what's going on in the news and stuff like that? No, the telly hasn't been on at all. It hasn't even been plugged in. And likewise with that, I didn't even know about the play park, so what's happened with the play park then?
Oh, they're going to get. Was it a pirate ship and all that kind
Right.
of stuff? Yeah. Yeah, it's all going to be revamped, which is good.
It's got, what, 4 swings, a slide,
And some those wobbly things. That you
rock-
sit on.
rocking horse
Rockers,
things.
Yeah. So
and that's about it, isn't it? It looks still quite new though, doesn't it? Going to get it a lot better, eh?
Aye.
Well, that's good, isn't it?
Yeah, good for the kids.
That's good, because I remember they did away with
Holiday
quite a few
makers.
swings around the island when they did away with the toilets and stuff, stopped paying for the toilets, the council, and a lot of the swings and things, they said they weren't going to maintain them. It was cuts, weren't there? So this is the opposite of that. That's good. That is good. Just when I was saying it's been dry for like a week, we're getting that odd wee spot of rain there,
Right.
this spot of, it's not going to amount to anything though.
Nah.
We said that when we went to Corrie, which we don't know how to say, Corrie Fin Locken.
Corrie Fin Locken.
And then
Corrie
we
Fin
got
Locken.
there, it was dry, and then it actually started raining as soon as we just
Yeah.
parked the car.
But then it dried up.
But then it dried up
It's
and it was
alright.
actually for us fine, and it's been dry the whole time really, isn't it? The ground's dry. It's going to be, I'm wondering if I should wear trail shoes today or road shoes even though it's trail, because I'm thinking the conditions will be dry. Unless you're
I would wear trail shoes.
that's the
but
point.
that's my
I don't know where we're going.
yes.
So where are we going? Because you've got a plan, a cunning plan.
Well, I've got a
Baldrick.
cunning plan. There's 2 options. I was thinking either
Yes.
up the Fairy Glen.
From
And-
Auchrannie.
Well, no, up from the back of the Brodick.
Oh yeah, sorry,
Yeah,
that's right,
up-
from
up-
Glenartney
up there,
Hotel.
and then round and then down Glencloy.
Up
That's the
Glenartney,
kinda- the
to the
short-
top of Lamlash Hill.
The shortest route, or do go along up Strathwillen onto the path there, the Coastal Way path, and then up to Dunfin, and then right along back to the top of the hill and down Glencloy. That's the kind of longer version.
I'm happy to do the longer version. The only thing is, you did mention wanting to go on some path that we've not been on before.
Well, that
Which
is
always
just,
worries me
that is just,
somewhat.
well,
Because quite often we get Bogfests.
it looks like it's a made, well-constructed path from what I can see. So it's just at the top of Glencloy as you kind of come out of the Forestry. So I just thought on the way down there, I can just check it out. It looks like it's been fully made, so it shouldn't be bad. But until we get up and see it,
Right.
it might. Yeah, I just thought when I was up there the other day at work that I could see it, and I just thought, well, didn't know anything about that. So I don't know what the path is, whether
No.
it's going to be, because we're talking about, instead of you going across the field,
Yeah.
making a public path so it goes round it,
Oh, right.
because the landowner would prefer
Oh,
it that way, I think,
yeah, there's a
because
lot
the
of people
horses.
go for that,
and-
yeah.
So I've got a feeling I'm hoping it's that, and they've made a path, but until I get up to see it, I won't know.
Okay.
So I
That
thought-
doesn't sound bad though. So I think it's
No.
road shoes. I'm going to chance road shoes
Okay.
because these are known trails that we're
Even
on.
going round Strathwillen.
That's
and
fine.
up
It's blown
the-
dry.
up to Dunfin
I've been
and-
up there. There's been no rain lately,
Okay.
Gordon. So I'm thinking it's the only reason I'd wear trail shoes really is if it was going to be difficult underfoot, and it's not going to be.
Okay.
It's just everything's blown dry.
As long as
Yeah.
you don't start moaning at me
I'm not gonna
if
start
you're
moaning.
finding any muddy bits and you
No.
start pussy-footing through going about, oh, my
Oh,
road
oh,
shoes, wish I had my
ow,
trail
ow,
shoes on.
ow, that hurts. That hurts,
So,
Gordon.
you
It
know,
hurts.
as long as I don't get grief.
Oh. It was your cunning plan, Baldrick,
I know,
not
but,
mine.
but, you know, I would wear trail shoes.
Well,
I
I've
think
got.
99.9999% of people would wear trail shoes for a run
I
like
usually
that.
I wear road shoes usually on the Forestry road shoes because I just like the cushioning. But I
Right.
have ordered new trail shoes.
Oh, you've not got
Yes,
them yet?
no, I
Oh,
only
I
ordered
thought
them
you'd
last
got
night.
them.
They're not as fast as that, and they're Merrills, so I'm looking forward to
Merrills.
getting. Yeah.
Merrills.
Oh, is that what you've got?
Yeah, I got these from Arran Active,
Oh.
just because I couldn't really, had to quickly get a pair at the last minute.
Right, okay.
So I just got them from there, and
Good.
they've actually been quite good.
They've got a good reputation. I looked it up before I bought them.
I had a pair before that, and they were absolutely awful. They
Really?
kind of
Oh.
really light, too light for me, and
Oh.
they fell apart within
Hmm.
a few months. So I was a bit, but I tried it. I thought, oh, they look a bit more robust, and they've,
Right.
they've been. So.
Okay, well, anyway, okay, I'll chance it. But it'll be fine. Don't worry about
You're a
that. That's the
chance,
kind of trail that I like.
Definitely a chance, that's for sure.
Right, okay, next
Right.
thing. Did you see the Aurora Borealis?
No, everyone else did but me.
I didn't either.
All right,
But you had to be on the north end of the island, I think. You had to be on the west coast or the north coast.
Well, I am at the north coast and I still didn't see it.
Well, the thing is, you're on, but you're looking up and slightly to the west, whereas you are on the east coast, near the north, but actually obscured.
Right.
Because you've got to see round Sannox. You've really got to be at Auchrannie. Or Machrie. I've seen somebody had pictures of from Machrie.
Right, well, that explains it. Somebody told me I had to look out to the end of Sannox Beach and I'd see it, but obviously that's the wrong direction.
You need to be looking towards Auchrannie, that's for
No,
sure, because
well,
you're looking
that's-
towards the North Pole.
Well, that'll be why then, but if I look towards Auchrannie, I've just get hills.
Well, I've learned a little bit about it, 'cause that's true. So you need to get round the hills. And that's the
Right.
reason I didn't see it Mightn't Bay. Although I did speak to somebody, Stephen Pyatt, who'd said that somebody had gone up the hill behind Whiting Bay and got a good photo of it because they could see over all the way to Goatfell and stuff like that, so it was like not obscured. So they were so far away, the mountains, they still got a good view.
Right.
So maybe I could have seen it if I'd run up Giant's Graves that day or something like that. Maybe I could have done that.
At night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean at night, yeah, 9 or 10 in the evening, which I did
Yeah.
last night. I
Well,
was up there when it was dark.
Yeah.
But I
Have your head
didn't.
torch on. You're up there, yeah.
Well, it turns out the best time to see Aurora Borealis is March and April or in the autumn. So not actually February, and we're into March now, so there still will be other chances if we want to see it. So, and I've got a web page I found called Aurora Watch,
Right.
and it shows you the likelihood of an aurora being seen in on that day or at any time, and it also shows you a forecast for how likely it is in the days coming up.
Sorry to interrupt, Dave. See the top of Meldon? There's a diggers up there. See them?
What's up there?
Diggers.
Oh yeah,
See
right at the
them?
very top of the
What
hill.
they're doing.
Good grief, you've got a
Making
good
a
eyesight, haven't
Making a new
you?
path.
I hadn't noticed that. It's like two JCBs
Yeah.
right on the very, very top of the hill at Maldon.
You'll be
Let's
lucky
go and have a
to
look.
see
I'm going to
that.
have lucky to see that.
If you have a big zoom lens.
Well, I don't. I've got it's a little waterproof camera, so
Yeah.
I'm going to have a look up there.
Not easy to get there with diggers, so that's impressive.
No, I'm not going to get it. I can't see close enough.
I mean, that's something else I can go check out.
Well, if a digger can get up there, we can get up there.
Yeah.
Maybe we should
Well,
be going there
is a
today.
There is a kind of wee pathy, but yeah,
Huh.
that's interesting. So that's something else for the
Yeah.
check that out.
That is interesting. I didn't know that. We can definitely get to the top of that hill then. Be a good view from there.
Up there.
Okay, I went to mainland on Sunday.
Wow.
It's like
survive?
it's the
Is
first
that
time of
one?
this year, and it's the last first time since
Wow.
like last, I
That's
don't know,
impressive.
months and months. Because you know the difficulties. Whether I just worry I'm not going to get back. And but I went primarily. I just went for shopping because I've said it before. I appreciate the co-op and having it because no other supermarket looks after us or any of the islands. It's just the co-op, so we're lucky. But it is expensive, which it has to be because it's over here. So, but Aldi's is like and so cheap compared, and so is B&M stuff like that. So I went over there, and I bought a lot of shopping, and it's that ironic thing. I remember watching this cartoon strip when I was young called The Gambles. Can you go back that far?
Yes, I remember that one.
They were in the
Yeah.
Express
Yeah.
for like 20 years or something like that.
Gambles, yeah.
The Gambles. And the wee guy was sitting there and he was like, you know, it was like traditional, you know, and she was away and she'd been shopping and she came back and she had hundreds of bags with her, you know, she was laden down these bags. And he says, oh, she says, he says, look at all these bags. She says, yeah, look how much I've saved us a fortune today. I've saved a fortune. And he looks at her disdainfully and he says, show me the money. Show me the money you saved. Because of course, that's the kind of expression you've got to spend to save, haven't you? And that's what I was doing when I was in the mainland. So I can see both points of view on that one. You've got to spend to save. So I was spending in Aldi's and B&M to save. So I spent several £100, but I probably saved several £100, to be honest. And it's
Right.
half the price over there.
Right.
You know.
700 on...
No, several hundred, not seven. Several
No,
hundred.
on just like...
Just
like
long
mainly
life stuff, yeah.
groceries.
Yeah, like 20 bars of
Oh, that's
chocolate
a
or
bit-
whatever.
I
That
bet
kind
that
of thing.
was interesting and enjoyable.
It wasn't very enjoyable, but it is practical. Practical.
On the subject,
Hmm.
which I don't know if I brought up last week, but did I mention about Beangate?
Beangate?
As in baked beans,
I think so.
right? Remember, well, the co-op, right?
Right.
I was looking for beans,
Yeah,
and the one I usually get
yeah.
is 45p.
Oh yeah, that's
and
the everyday beans,
that's
wasn't it?
the simple, the honest value baked beans.
They're good
right?
beans, those. I've had
So
them.
they didn't have them.
Mhm.
So the co-op beans, normal ones were about, I don't know, 60, 80p or something like that.
Yeah,
And then I thought, okay, Heinz beans,
yeah.
£1.70.
£1.70. I remember £1.70 for a tin of beans.
And you
One
know
tin.
how much, which somebody got me on the way in the mainland.
No.
They got me a couple of tins of beans from Lidl,
Little.
27p.
Well, I think it was 22 pence in Aldi's,
Was it? Wow.
but it was definitely
So
20 something.
Heinz, £1.70.
Yep.
Aldi's, 22p.
I bought a bunch of
The
tins of
same
beans in
tin-
Aldi's.
Size tin of beans.
If it was 27, you paid too much.
Yeah, but that was Lidl.
I'm kidding. It might have been $27. I've got it in my head that it was 22, but I
So-
don't remember exactly.
I call it Beangate.
Beangate.
Nothing to do with your friend, but you know.
No, you went into co-op. Where's Gordon? He's been and gone, and he didn't buy anything.
And he didn't get any beans.
No, he's has been. Has beans. No, he is a has. He's a has been. Hasn't got beans.
Anyway, just thought I'd bring that up, considering how you're talking about how
Sure.
much you save.
Well, that's
so
it.
27p for a tin of beans.
So you can buy like
which
8 tins of beans.
obviously is not a bit
Branded.
over half of what the cheapest bean in the co-op is.
Yeah,
45.
yeah, that's right.
So,
That shows you how much you're saving.
because that's 54p, isn't it? If you double it. So,
Mhm.
yeah, it's about, I don't know, not quite, but
50p for
shows
6
you.
bags of crisps.
tin of beans.
50p in Aldi's.
So for £1.70, you
Mm-hmm.
could get roughly how many tins of these for Heinz
8.
beans?
At least 7, maybe 8.
5 or 6.
What is-
Yeah, well, probably about 6. Yeah, 6 or
Yeah,
or 7.
I'm
I'm
going
not going to
7.
start doing it exact,
No.
but yeah, just
At
so
least
how
7.
can you justify getting about 6 tins
No.
of beans
But that's how I
for the
justify
price
going
of
to
one
Aldi's.
tin of Heinz?
I've got Aldi's beans. I can have as many beans as I like on my toast. And the other thing I would add, when I went to mainland, and I know that people preach about this, so I don't propose to do that, but I have been trying to eat more fruit and veg for
You
quite
have
a long time.
been trying to eat more fruit
Bean.
and
I have
veg.
beans. I have beans trying to eat more. And I came away from doing the shopping without consciously thinking about it Do you know I didn't buy a single thing that was meat or dairy apart from cheese?
Cheese.
That's the only thing left in my diet that isn't, well, is it vegan or vegetarian? I don't even have oat milk. I don't have milk anymore. I've gone completely to oat milk. So,
Right.
and that was actually kind of strange at the beginning, but now I prefer it. And so you get used to it. So, like I say, I've voted for all the political parties there are. I change my mind as life goes on. I respect other people's opinions, and I like to learn from other people's opinions. Currently, my opinion is I want to eat fruit and veg as much as I can, and not meat and dairy. And then maybe that might change. And I respect other people's, but I am actually quite pleased because I didn't intend. I wasn't thinking about it. I just went for what I really kind of wanted, and I think my tastes have changed. And now it's just cheese is all I'm left with any animal products in it whatsoever in my diet. That's it. Cheese is going to be a bit harder than the rest.
To get to stop.
Yeah. I thought milk might have been difficult, but it wasn't actually in the end. It was all right. It's just cheese.
See, I know you'll say oatmeal, but I like cereal, so I like. So,
it's good in cereal, oat milk.
Be hard, I know.
And I get it from the internet.
To stop.
Something that made it easy actually was what we're talking about with the co-op, because I can get oat milk from Amazon, and it's just over £1 a carton delivered, and it actually ends up being at least as cheap as anything I can get in the co-op. Far cheaper, but actually.
Talking of beans.
Beans. Yes.
Who's this running?
Mike Mellor.
It looks like a bean style running.
I think you're right. I think that's Mike Mellor, Bean Sprout. It is. I'm going to have a look at the window. That is Mike Mellor, Beanie Beansprout. Right. He's called Beanie Beansprout. That's what we call him. If I'm not going to get a good focus from here, I'll try it there.
Oh, he's going along there.
He's going along there. Mike Mellor. Mike Mellor, who gets a bus pass this year, and who, when he turned 50, ran the Ironman. Okay?
He stopped.
One of the most impressive things
Yep.
I've ever seen actually of anybody do of any description.
I think cycling around the island twice is the most impressive thing about it.
After having already swum to Holy Isle and back, cycled round the island, and then carried on and did it again, and then got straight off the bike and ran a marathon in Lamlash. And he did all of that, and when I saw him, he only had 5 miles left to do in his marathon, one loop of Lamlash to Cloughlan's and back. He stopped, he looked fresh as a daisy. And you've got to do it in 17 hours to be an Ironman. It doesn't matter what age you are or what sex you are, it's as simple as that, and he did it in 15 and a half, and that was reckoned to be the hardest Ironman anywhere at all. Yeah, I just thought that was amazing, what Beanie did. Okay, other things I was going to talk about. Remember I said I was going to get an amp and I was going to play it to the nuns, so I was going to turn up my guitar and there's a battery amp.
Play it to the nuns?
Yeah, I take my guitar to King's Cross sometimes and I sing Tom Jones songs at them with my guitar.
Who?
And the nuns in Holy Isle. Because they can't...
Oh, there's nuns? I thought it was monks.
Got a vow, no, nuns. In the lighthouses it's nuns and they've got a vow of silence, right?
I didn't know that.
So they have to listen. And they can't even, like, what do you call it, cajole me or anything like that. They can't tell me to shut up.
Right.
They just have to listen. They're powerless. And so... And a still night, I've done it a few times. What back door's seen me?
Enough.
I don't think it's loud enough. But check this.
Alright, that is a small amp.
Yes, but with big power.
Is it? Right.
So I've been playing that the last few nights
Right.
in White Bay at the putting green.
Right. And the neighbours haven't complained?
Well, there isn't any neighbours because they're all holiday houses. Every single house is a holiday house, all the way along to County Carpets.
Right.
There's only one house left with anybody in it, and that is before the putting green. That is the Armstrongs, the house across from the Shore restaurant, and every single other house all the way along is empty. I'm told there's a bungalow along there that's got somebody in it. Sometimes I haven't seen any lights on, but that'd be it. You know, it's just like they're all holiday houses.
Right.
So that's the one good thing about it. Although maybe it isn't.
So you don't do it in the summer then?
I'm going to. I've been playing the guitar outside for a few years. I used to walk up and down with Sally and play it when I was walking, and I'm just keeping up that habit. But instead of walking, I'm just sitting there. But I've got an amp now, so it'll be harder to ignore. And I'm going to take that to the nuns. It's a good wee amp, by the way. Pleased with that. I'm really enjoying it. That's the thing about bringing the guitar and just showing you how loud it is. Right. It's actually good. Yeah, good. Dag nabbitin. Right. Another thing I bought. Yesterday, my lawnmower blew up.
Right. You're cutting your grass already?
Yeah, I had to. It was a bit longer. And so, I thought, a long time I've wanted to have a hand push lawnmower, not
Yeah.
electric or petrol, no wires.
More better for you, fitness.
Well, I am the battery, so in a way it's a battery powered mower, right? Me being the battery. So I've ordered a Webb 30cm push mower,
Right.
and it's a clever one because it pushes the grass out over the top, and then when you run over it again,
Right.
in a way mulching the grass, so you don't have to pick it up and it feeds the grass. It mulches the grass.
Right.
Makes it a bit harder to push, that's the only thing. But I hopefully will be up to it. I think it should be.
Well, I've had a wee electrics lasted me for years.
I got a 10 out of this one.
Oh, I've got a lot more than that.
It's just conked out. You know how it just
Yeah.
kind of stops.
Well, mine will probably do the same, but it's doing well.
Yeah, kind of seized up actually. It wouldn't
Right.
even turn
Not
anymore.
looking after
Like,
it then.
try to move the blade.
Not
wouldn't-
looking after it then, Dave.
I wasn't looking after it, Gordon. I don't even know how actually, to be honest.
Well,
I just press start.
clean it.
Clean it.
Occasionally.
Okay, that's what I meant to do. That's what I meant to be doing. Well, hopefully I don't have to do that with the new one because I wasn't doing it with the
Yeah.
old one, to be
Well,
honest.
you'll do it
Oh, no,
probably the
I was
first, second
skipping out the
time without
grass
it,
and
yeah.
stuff like that. I was doing that so it wasn't like rotting in the
Mulching
blade.
the grass. Right.
I was cleaning it underneath, like from all the grass. But that's all I was doing. Okay. Anyway, there we go. So I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to that coming home. The last
Oh,
thing I was going to
grass
mention,
cutting.
did you know how we're putting electric cars in the ferries, like, and people can drive electric cars?
They're getting the power points on the ferry to plug your car
No,
in.
no. But you can't put electric cars in the mezzanine deck because they're too heavy.
Right.
So I think, well, that's a problem. No, that's not the biggest problem. The biggest problem, which I've read in the news, a lot of ferry operators have banned electric cars now altogether because they are impossible to put the fires out in when they go up in flames. Batteries can't get put out without massive amounts of attention. And then there's other batteries next door to them. They're such a fire hazard. Quite a few ferry companies have banned them altogether. And now, I might have the wrong name here, but it's something like the International Maritime Agency or something like the big body is looking at whether they need to be banned from all ferries altogether. They're looking at that currently just now. So if they get banned, that is a big deal. Nothing to do with just Calmac or Arran or anything like that. That's
a big deal.
right across the board, every ferry. Because if we're all meant to be driving electric cars,
Aye.
there would be no cars coming to Arran. Literally.
Well, you'll be happy with that.
I would be
Dave.
happy with
You'll
that.
Be very happy with that.
It would be a big change though.
It would.
You need to have, I don't know, you'd have to have battery things on the island that just stay here, maybe. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know
Okay,
what would happen. Well, you
okay.
know that's not going to be, it's going to work
Okay,
out.
so watch the space then.
It's interesting because they genuinely are considering banning electric cars because they can't put the fires out. I think somebody said it was something like 30,000 gallons of water needed for each car that went up in flames. It was something horrible like
Well,
that.
you're in the sea.
Just drop them over. Something just put over the
Yeah,
side.
just push them over the
That's fine. Get another one and
Yeah,
and
just push
salt
'em in the
coats.
sea, yeah.
Aldi sells them, they'll be nice and cheap. I'd be interested to see how that works out. That could be a big deal. Could be a game changer for electric cars, certainly. As far as islands go, what would we do? I do not know how we would get round that. So that's nothing to do with the local ferry service, it's just to do with being on any
Well,
island.
we'd have to have like,
Or even getting to France, even, to be
people have
honest.
to park the car there, come over here and rent one while they're here.
Yep.
And so you could
You'd have
rent
to have
electric
thousands of-
cars.
Hundreds
here.
of cars here just ready
Yeah,
for,
to renting.
yeah, or incredible public transport.
So how many people use the ferry a year? You should know. How many
In
cars are there?
2017, I saw the
Right.
figures for this. There were 4,000 people roughly living on Arran, right? Roughly speaking.
No, I meant
There were
how
four.
many people use the cars going the ferry in a year?
Well, I just know the number of people that came, not the
Alright.
cars.
All right, well that.
There was
yeah.
400,000 people came in
Yeah,
2017.
But they could be foot passengers.
100 to 1 for every local.
Right.
Some of them could be foot passengers. Heck of a lot of them have got cars right enough. They like cars.
Anyway, it's going to be a few,
Big numbers.
It's going to be into the tens of hundreds of thousands of cars, isn't it? Tens of thousands.
At least
a year.
many tens of thousands. You know,
So we need to have, like, the whole of Brodick would just need to be a big car rental, wouldn't it?
I don't know.
Like,
I-
you just
I
have to have
can't think-
parked cars here, rental cars all the way.
I cannot think how we can get around this anyway at all, unless. Well, I don't know. No,
Build a
there's
bridge.
there must be a fire hazard. Looking at it, it's a
Build a
fire
bridge.
hazard. Build a bridge to every
And
island,
it certainly would
and
like
also
that.
to France. And Ireland.
Well, everywhere, yeah.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
Just do away with boats.
Yeah.
That's going to be actually quite bad for my employment prospects, that right enough. But having said that, I'm quite close to retiring, so maybe that's not a bad thing. Right.
It is.
Okay, we get on with it.
There's
There's Beanie. There's the man I was talking about. Right. So before we go, let's go for a look. See if we can zoom in on Beanie Beansprout.
See, he's looking as fresh as a daisy.
It always looks as fresh as a daisy. And the thing is, his secret to his longevity as far as exercise goes, he mixes and matches it running and cycling and swimming. So he doesn't get injured. He never gets injured. Because he doesn't just do one thing, you know? So that's what he does. Never gets injured. Okay, we'll get on with it.
Yep, there's a doggy.
There's a doggy. Okay, well, we'll go with that speed, same speed as a doggy. Okay, we're going, Gordon.
Right.
We're going, man.
Okay.
Solid gone.
Yeah. Right, so we're running up the hill from the Glenartney to the top of Lamlash Hill, and Gordon has taken this video tour around this pond to see the frog spawn, see if the frog spawn was out. And there's so much here, I can't even see the water. There's no water. It's just entirely covered, the whole water surface, with frog spawn. Isn't that amazing? You wouldn't even, oh, watch it, don't go in it.
My road shoes days.
Road shoes, not bad.
Morning.
Frog spawn. Stop it. And the thing is, you go through muddier places than I do. I know that, but that's why I worry about Bogfest. And that pond goes all the way across there. I can see water over there, even that's all covered in frog spawn over there.
Yeah.
They must love this bit, it's all sheltered, isn't it?
Makes you wonder how many frogs create that amount of frog spawn.
Well, I remember reading,
There's a bench.
what's a bench there? They've got to produce a heck of a lot because the survival rate isn't good.
No.
Roots of Arran Community Woodland. That's a nice bench, isn't it? That's going to be there for a long time. It's not going anywhere soon. Oh, cracking. And there's the trail up there. It's nice here. It's a good wee detour, wasn't it?
Well, hopefully that frog's going to be safe from the
Yeah. Well, it looks like it. They haven't touched it, have they?
well,
You can hear trickling water there as well, so that's perfect. It's not still water. It's just running through very, very gently, isn't it? Lovely. Okay. There we go. Watch back on. Yep. Yep, more there. Good wee stop there. I've just stopped here. Oh, it's flying away. There's a buzzard over our head. It stopped. Just flying away. Never mind. Right, we're at the top of the hill and we're out of breath. I am out of breath because I've been talking the most coming up that bit there.
You're surprised there.
Yeah, surprise. And so we're.
I can't talk and run like you.
No, I was talking. Uphill's better for me, downhill's better for him. And we're at the side of the main road at the parking bay. A great spot for motorhomes and camper vans and things to come. And I've got a little map in front of me of all the mountains and their heights on a big stone kind of plinth, a big plaque, a slate plaque. And
Metal, isn't it?
metal, yeah, it's metal, isn't it? And how many peaks we've got there? 12 peaks, and Goat Fell right in the centre. And the sun is shining on the mountains. There's no snow whatsoever. We're in the second of March.
Yep.
And really the full range is in front of us here, isn't it? It looks amazing. Got a fair bit of cars going past because this is the busiest bit of the road between Brodick and Lamlash. And on the left, where we're going to be running in a minute, there's a little quarry with a blue JCB up there, just above us. And we're going to go along this little trail behind us, and then it will cut up onto that, and we'll go past that quarry and get another view from a different angle because the forestry is all getting cut down up there. And then I'll put the camera back on for a minute up there in the Kodia phone. But it's worth stopping just to take that in, isn't it? If I was going to stop in a motorhome or a camper van overnight, this is a great spot. Got bins and benches and just a perfect view. Flat surface.
Have your tea and a nice night.
1 mile from the ferry, maybe 2 miles up the hill. 2 miles. Yeah, something like that. Just up the hill, isn't it? It's 5 minutes. from the ferry, and you're at this wonderful place. Aaron's very, very kind to. And what's that stone? Oh, that's one of these art things, isn't it?
Yeah, they were placed around certain points.
Cambron, that one says.
Well, people that have done art about something from this area, or written about
Yeah.
things in this area, or artwork, I'm not quite sure.
Names of kind of artists or something, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that have done something about this area.
Yeah.
Whether it's art or written.
Anyway, there we go. That'll do it. We've got our breath back. That's encouraging in itself. We've only stood here for a minute and we're not breathing hard anymore. So we'll carry on. Okay. The sun is getting warm. We don't need our woolly hats as much as we expected. Mine's off, but then mine was only on because I forgot it was on my head altogether. I wouldn't even have had it on, except for it's welded to my baldy dome and making it baldier all the time that it's on it, because it makes my head hot, as we established, and then I end up baldy. But you won't know that because I'll always have my hat on. Right. This is easy. Gordon's not, we're running up a hill. That's impressive, Gordon. Oh. And the view is even better than it was. Oh, gets you out of breath, doesn't it? Got Brodick Bay down there, and then what have we got? Butte or Cumbria? Cumbria.
I think Butte's a bit further around, isn't it?
Yeah, I think you're right.
That'd be a big Cumbria and there's Little Cumbria.
Yeah, little.
That might be big Little Cumbria, I don't know.
Well, cracking view anyway. You can see Maldon. You can see the whole path that we walked up, and the main road with the car going along it.
I'm not good enough to see the diggers from here.
Oh aye. No, I'm not going to see diggers at the top of Maldon from here.
That's lovely, isn't it? That comes on Glen Rosa, Ben Cleven, Ben Nis, Ben Tarson, Kievor.
You know all the names. Castles. What was it? Castle was it
Abseil or something.
I don't know. I always call it Abigail. I know it's not Abigail. Castle Abigail.
We'll be not there for a while.
Brilliant. Right, we'll carry on. We've got our breath back though. There's the thing. Both out of breath. It's the same old thing, isn't it? We must be doing something right if we're getting our breath back so fast. Okay. Off we go.
That hill was so easy.
Yeah. Good running style there, Gordon. I like it. It's a winner. I'm not sure it's a race winner, but it's a winner for me. You're an expert. Yeah. Right. Can see a bit. Can see a bit of the beach. Can see the good bit of the beach. No. Right, I've stopped. I'm walking this way. I can see all of the mountains as I could before, but much more of the mainland now. It's all the way round, just about all the way round, and unlike before, I'm high enough I can see Brodick Beach, which I'm just going to have a better look at. And that's the nice part of the beach, the far side of the beach that really hasn't suffered the erosion that the part in the centre of Brodick has suffered. That's very sandy. It might even be more sandy now than it used to be honest. The sand's kind of shifted around. And all these trees were cut down, actually quite a while ago now, but it's just afforded this wonderful view. This isn't even a long run that we're on and we're getting this view. And we can see right over to, what do you call it, Dunfin, or is that Dunfin? Ben News.
That's Ben News.
Oh, is that Ben News? Okay.
Yeah, that's up towards Dunfin, aye. Over the
Dunfin, and Corrigill's Point, well Corrigill's, Dunfin, what do you call it, Trig Point. That's that over there, which I was at just a few days ago actually. Yeah. Just so lucky with this weather.
You get a lovely view of Holy Isle from up there. I've taken
yeah, I took one, that's right.
The sun and that,
Yeah. It's amazing. We've just not got to take this for granted, because this is just a normal run route for us. We haven't even gone that far to get here. And I keep saying this, I've said it 3 times now, we're not breathing heavily, Gordon, this is great, and we're so high up, we've been running about, we just get our breath back. It's a measure of how fit you are, how fast you catch your breath. Did you know that? Yeah?
Probably.
It's your recovery that measures it, how quickly your heart rate recovers and you catch your breath. It's the size of your lungs and your heart, because they're half again the size of a sedentary person, they're 50% bigger. Yeah? So if you take your heart rate first thing in the morning, it's the most accurate time before you even get out of bed. The lower it is, that's the most accurate. And that's how you know if you're in good shape, or even if you're overtraining. If it's higher than normal then, if you've been taking it and then it's higher than normal, that's how you know. And last time I took mine, all the times I've taken it, mine's between 42 and 44 first thing in the morning. But if I was stressed, it would be maybe 50 or something like that, and I'd know. There's the ferry going out. The Isle of Arran, the trusty Isle of Arran, in its 39th year, built 40 years ago. Oh, and a buzzard, which we can hear, and I can see far away. I'm not going to be able to get it in, it's too far away to get it in the camera, I think. And there's one over on the right, 2 buzzards. There's one over there as well, above the Corrigills Hill. Can you see it? Above Dunfin. I'm going to point, there are 2 buzzards over there, and they're joining together now.
Oh, I see it, yeah.
Yeah, see them?
Yeah.
You can hear it now. Yeah.
I see it.
Yeah. It's gone quiet. They're just circling round and round. The 2 of them together, they're obviously a pair, because they're circling around each other. Isn't that lovely? But they're not making a noise now, they're just concentrating, I suppose. I know that noise anywhere. I've heard it so many times when I'm running. I've been attacked many times by the buzzards at Glenartney. Well, it's a good story, but I could tell it for ages and we'd never get running, so I'll tell it another day. Anyway, there we go. We've got buzzards and we've got the ferry. And a wonderful view right across the mainland, and I think that's Hunterston over there, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, there's. It's heard it again. Right, better get on with it, I suppose. Anyway, we are lucky. Right, go, show us your best style, Gordon. No. Hey! Let's go! There, we've stopped because we're at that place where we can see, with a little bit of path that Gordon wants to explore, which we've never been on, which is extremely unusual in Arran. Because it's new. Well, we never see anything new, nothing new.
Might not even be a path.
We've got these little like circles. I don't think it is a path.
Well, I'm going to check it out anyway.
But it is new. It's not thousands of years old like a white horse.
But wouldn't that be good if they had like a white stag
It would be.
on the hillside, like the white horse?
Maybe that's the beginnings of it. Maybe if you and I come back another time and just kind of like put little eyeballs on it and stuff like that.
No, but
Make
I'm
it-
talking about having a stag rather than a horse on the
Yeah,
hillside.
I agree. I think the white horses look amazing.
But the thing is, we don't have chalk here.
No. But that's standing out, whatever that path's made of,
Yeah,
you
I
can
know.
see that easily. So
I
whatever
thought
they've
we'd
done,
check it out.
we just need to move whatever they've done around until it's in the shape of a stag. Yeah. Job done. Okay, let's go see what it is. Right, we're looking for the path. Gordon's going to the side of the field, looking for it over there, because we don't actually know what it is. I kind of think it's further up the hill, but I don't really know either. I'm sticking to the pathy bit, and I'll better cross. So that field's going over there now. And we're going over here. So we're hoping those kind of crop circles are going to be somewhere up here. But we don't know. And I've already been looking for paths once. I was looking for, and recently that I didn't find, and that was the stone cairn up at Giant's Graves, past Giant's Graves, a bigger one. And oh, I do see something up there. You were right. It looks like there's planting going on up there. Oh, and it's fenced off. Wow, there's like a path there though. Must be the end of this. It is.
Investigate.
Definitely. I don't think it is a path.
No.
I think it's planting. Right. Also up investigations. Any relation of Kirsty? Kirsty Allsop? No. Oh, I don't like this bit so much. Well, just getting over that river thing. That's not so easy. I've done it now. Right, go Gordon, go yourself. On yourself. Is it really bad? Yep. I don't fancy it. I will. Tree planting there.
They've got a solar panel electric fence.
I saw the solar panel there. Is it electric? I was leaning on it.
Yeah, well, the white cable is.
That's what I was leaning on.
Well,
I didn't feel
it's
anything.
not on.
Well, maybe I was lucky.
Maybe it's not on yet.
Is that the solar panel that does the electric fence
Must
thing?
be. Very green.
It does have yellow signs there right enough
Yep.
saying electric.
Don't touch.
Well, I didn't see them. But when I
You can tell it's electric fence.
oh, the wee horses. Oh, you are lovely.
Drink.
Oh, what a beautiful horse. What a beauty. A couple of horses in the field here that we're running through. Isn't that lovely? Horses, beware shut gate. Well, not beware of the horses so much as beware in case they get